Ramakrishna says also at one point, in bondage, it is Jiva, individual. Freed of bondage, it is Shiva. The same Shiva, bound is Jiva. Now who bound Shiva? Kashmiri Shaivism says, nobody bound Shiva. It is the play of Shiva. You want to be like this man or this woman with these experiences. You are Shiva yourself. Therefore you are doing this. So no, I want to be free from it. Well, now Shiva wants to be free. So Shiva is coming to a Vedanta class. No, I want to be a realized soul right now. If you really did want to be a realized, according to Kashmiri Shaivism, if Shiva really wants to be an enlightened soul right now, nothing can stop him. No Maya, no Ajnana, nothing can stop him. You want to be a student of Vedanta right now. That's why you're like that. So that's there is another verse in the Ashtavakra which says, Ashcharyam Jiva Vichaya. Amazing, incredible are these individual creatures, the little waves which arise in the ocean of Brahman. Udyanti, Gnanti, Khelanti, Pravishanti Swabhavatam. They arise in the ocean of Brahman. Who? Get born. Millions and millions and billions of us. Khelanti. They play with, I still remember, an old Swami in the Himalayas teaching this to us. His face beaming with joy, and he looks at us. Well, play, Khelanti literally means play. The waves arise in the ocean of Brahman and play. And the Swami looks at us and says, well, monks, I love you, I want to marry you, and we will always be together. Udyanti, Gnanti, Khelanti, they play with each other. And wonderful. Or we form a company and we do something great together, a corporation. Or we form a nation together. We love each other. Next, Gnanti, I hate you, we'll have a divorce. I won't stay in your country, I want a separate country of my own. I will not be a part of your corporation. I'm going to have a separate, I'll split off. Gnanti, they fight with each other. And at the end, what happens? Pravishanti, they merge back into the ocean. What was the point of it all? From the point of view of the wave, it's a tragedy. It's a farce. Shakespeare says, what a farce the human life is. But from the point of view of the ocean, it's joy. It's the joy of the ocean to have this cosmic game play on eon after eon. And the thing is, each of those waves is the ocean. It's an illusion that the ocean forgets itself and identifies itself with one wave. Of course, there's a point to it so that it can play, really play with the other wave. Sri Ramakrishna once was asked by a devotee, why is there so much suffering in the world? People dying, people being tortured, and so much misery and suffering in the world. And Sri Ramakrishna gave different sets of answers. As the devotee showed his displeasure, his dissatisfaction with the answer, Sri Ramakrishna moved to a deeper answer. So Sri Ramakrishna says, well, it is the Lord's play, the play of God. It is the Lord's wish, it's a wish of God, that's why all this is happening. Can we understand the mind of God? The devotee evidently was not satisfied. Whatever be the mind of God, but it is suffering, it's terrible. Then Sri Ramakrishna goes to a deeper explanation. He says, well, it is the play of the Lord. The ocean playing as the waves, it's the play of the Lord, Leela, Tad Leela. It's the play of the Lord. And the devotee gets furious. He says, Tad to Leela Amra Mori. He says it's his play, it's death for us. It may be play of the Lord, I don't know. But it is death for us, it's disease for us, it's tragedy for us. It's terrifying for us. And then Sri Ramakrishna comes up with an explanation for which there is no reply. Just 2 words, he says, and he puts an end to the whole discussion. It is death for us, it's play for him, it's death for us. And Sri Ramakrishna says, Tumi ke, who are you? Who are you? You ask the wave, who are you truly? You are fighting against that wave, you are jealous of this wave, you are lording it over the other wave. Who are you really? You are the ocean which manifests as all these waves. You are not different from God. At the deepest level, the Lord alone is playing through all of us. That is what they want to say. I'm reminded of Ashtavakra, where the verses are so beautiful. It says, Mai ananta mahambodau vishwapota itastata Brahmati Swantavatena Namamastya Sahishnuta. I am an infinite ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. The sage experiences it. I am an infinite ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. And what is this universe? Not foam, not even a wave. It says the universe is like a little boat, one little boat, this entire universe, which is floating on my surface. Vishwapota. A little boat called the universe floats on my surface. Brahmati Swantavatena, by its internal breeze. Internal breeze means the laws of causality which operate within the universe. Within the universe, it moves up and down. There is birth, there is death, there is creation, there are planets come up, life evolves, it comes up. And then it's destruction. Stars go supernova, universes, galaxies and solar systems disappear. It moves down by its internal law of causation. What is my attitude? Attitude of me, Brahman, the infinite ocean. Na mamastya sahishnuta. I am not impatient with it. I watch it. This is the most superficial level of understanding. They go deeper. There is a deeper level of understanding. Next verse. Mai ananta mahambodau Vishwam nam Vishwavichi Swabhavata Udetu Vastamayatu Name Vriddhi Navakshati. It's a deeper level of understanding. I am an infinite ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. And what is this universe? Including this body and mind. This body and mind, this little life, and this whole universe. What is it? Not a boat. Boat is after all separate from the ocean. This universe is a wave. One wave. In this existence, ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss, which I am. Then, Udetu Vastamayatu, let the wave rise, let it settle back into the ocean. Name Vriddhi Navakshati. I, the ocean, am neither increased by it, nor decreased by it. Let birth come, I do not gain anything by it. Let death come, I lose nothing by it. Let success come, happiness come, I gain not a little bit by it. Let defeat and despair and humiliation come, I lose not a little bit by it. Health and disease, knowledge and ignorance, all of these come and go, the wave rising and falling. I am not affected by it. I am neither increased nor decreased. It is my joy. I alone appear as the wave. I alone appear as the wave that is the universe. Even this is superficial, it goes deeper. That's why it's Ashtavakra. Next verse. Mai ananta mahambodau vishwam nama vikalpana ati shanto nirakara etadevaham. I am an infinite ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. And the universe? Not a boat. Not even a wave. A wave is a movement of the ocean, however tiny. But he says, imagine an ocean without waves. In this universe, it's imagined, vikalpana. There is no wave called this universe. It's an imagination in the ocean of consciousness. If you have a mirror and you take it in front of the Pacific Ocean, you will see so many waves, big and small. You will see the surf and the spray. But in the mirror, none of those waves are actually there. Not one drop of water is there in the mirror. You see the entire ocean there. Exactly like that, I realize myself as an infinite ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss, where the universe itself is an appearance. Then what am I? Ati Shanto Nirakara. I am formless and profoundly peaceful. Peace, in the Bible it is said, peace that passeth understanding. Not peace that is subject to arrival and departure. Not peace that is subject to disturbance. Profoundly peaceful. Ati Shanto Nirakara. Etadevaham Asthita. This is how I have ever been eternally. So this is Ashtavakra, that's why it's Ashtavakra. Anyway, we'll leave Ashtavakra alone for the time. So, it is the mind which is born, it is the mind which experiences, the mind experiences birth with the birth of the body, mind experiences death with the death of the body, the mind experiences transmigration from one body to another body to another. Will this always go on? It has a stop. It will come to a stop. When the mature mind does not want this game anymore and wants the game of life to stop, in the evening of not a physical life, in the evening of our lives as souls, in the evening of a soul, it feels that the need has come to stop. Is there something beyond this? The little son searches for the real son then. And that's when you come to the Vedanta class. Yes, they say it's a sign of a mature soul to seek spiritual knowledge. I was just thinking, Vedanta does not push itself forward, does not advertise itself and push itself forward. Vedanta waits until you feel a need for it. What good is it? What good will it do? Will it get me? Will it cure my disease? And will it give me a job? And will it give me great health? And no. Hey, what good is it then? No good. Go ahead. Try your best. Do whatever you like in this world. Try your best. There are technologies for the Indian spiritual heritage has technologies for all of this. If you want good health, there is a most sophisticated technology. The Hatha Yoga technologies are there. You want good health? Yes. You want wealth, you want a good life, you want good experiences in life. The law of karma tells us, the more merit you have, punya, do good, accumulate merit, you will get a series of pleasant experiences. The epitome of which is heaven, Swarga. But even that has an end. That also has to come to an end. That is limited. Whatever you want. The technologies of Ayurveda, for example. I'd like to mention at this point, one scholar was telling me, even in Ayurveda, which is a technology for taking care of the body, and secondarily the mind too, where they say all diseases are traced back not only to the pranamaya kosha, to what they call vijnana dosha. That there is a problem in our understanding of life, in our understanding about ourselves and the world. That problem in understanding is translated into mental problems, emotional problems. That problem, which is a mental and emotional problem, is translated into a pranic problem, where it manifests as psychosomatic diseases, and that is transmitted and appears as symptoms in our physical body. So it is traced back so far to the intellect. So they will say that if you have a tummy ache, it's an intellectual problem, not in the stomach. Yes. So there are all these magnificent technologies, whatever you want. But after all, when you realize everything is limited, and everything is haunted by death, everything is haunted by impermanence. When we realize that, then the spiritual seeking awakens. Both are thrown away. Normally, if you say that ignorance was there, I got knowledge, removed ignorance, and then I removed knowledge, or normally our binary mind will say that, oh, again I've become ignorant. It's like I knew something and I forgot something. But this is not what is meant here. So the knowledge which comes is also within Maya, and it removes the ignorance which is within Maya and sets us free. Okay, one question, last question. Yeah, you asked one.
I was just going to ask if you were saying how when we fulfill our karma, then we die, and that removes that relationship with the I. But do we always die when we fulfill our karma, or could we die before we fulfilled our karma?
Okay. Karma here is the results of past actions. And they divide karma into three parts. Prarabdha karma means the karma which has started giving results. Agami karma, that which will give results later on. Sanchita is the entire stockpile of karma which we have got. So out of all this karma, a part of that, Vedanta says, is used to generate this present body. That much which is used to generate this present body will give us a series of experiences in this life, good and bad. When that is finished, this body will die. This body dies. And the I, the ego sense, with the mind, it goes on to the next body and to the next karma. next set of karma. So the idea is when karma is finished, body will die. Nobody can prevent it. Yeah, we'll stop here. It dissipates only at the end of a cycle of births and deaths when we get enlightenment. Yes.
So you talked about the awakening, dream state and the deep state.
Yes.
But you also said that there is no I consciousness in the deep state.
True. Look at your experience.
But you are experiencing the deep sleep also.
Yes. You are experiencing without eye consciousness. What Vedanta says is, it's a good question. In deep sleep, the mind does not function. Because nobody feels, I am in deep sleep now. If you feel that, you are not in deep sleep. Sometimes children are teased by parents in India to find out if the kids are naughty, especially if they get very naughty at bedtime. They become hyperactive. And sometimes they pretend to sleep because mummy is scolding them. So the mummy says, if the little boy is truly asleep, his left foot will move. And if the tiny left foot moves a little, you're caught, you're not sleeping. The mind is still functioning there. You're not really asleep. If you're asleep, the mind wouldn't function. There would be no eye consciousness. And yet you experience a blankness. So what experiences the blankness in deep sleep without the mind? There is no awareness of the world. There is no awareness of the body lying on the bed. There's no awareness of mind, dreams, thoughts, memories, nothing. And yet a blankness is experienced. What experiences the blankness? It is the pure consciousness alone. The Sakshi, the witness. The witness with the body and mind experiences the presence of objects. The witness in deep sleep experiences the absence of objects. The absence of objects of experience is what we call deep sleep. Witness is constant. One more question and we'll get done. Yes, there's a question in the back.
Can knowledge exist without the mind?
Can knowledge exist without the mind? No.
So then how will knowledge free us from the mind?
How knowledge will free us from the mind? Yes. So the confusion also exists in the mind. You see, ignorance also cannot exist without the mind. Ignorance is the root state of the mind. It's called the causal body. I have not entered into that. The Karana Sharira. And that is destroyed by knowledge. What happens is a beautiful question. It's a very deep question. Where does knowledge exist? Knowledge exists only in the mind, nowhere else. After all, let's see, any kind of knowledge, just see, physics, chemistry, English, German, where does it exist? Not in my thumb. It's in the mind. Knowledge cannot exist in the kidney or in the lungs. It's in the mind. Now, knowledge is in the mind. And where is ignorance? Also in the mind. And where does knowledge remove ignorance? In the mind. So in the mind is the ignorance that I am this body and mind. I have no idea of my nature as pure consciousness. There comes the knowledge of my pure consciousness which Vedanta provides, and that destroys the ignorance in the mind. And the pure consciousness which was always there reveals itself. It's always there. And it actually sounds pretty logical, That's what happens. That's why in Vedanta they say, knowledge will not give you pure consciousness. Knowledge will only remove ignorance. Then what about that knowledge? It remains in the mind. You as pure consciousness, you have nothing more to do with that knowledge also. Sri Ramakrishna uses a strange story. He says, a thorn has pricked your flesh. A thorn has pricked your flesh. Now you want to remove that thorn. You take another thorn and remove that thorn. Now will you keep the second thorn in your flesh also? You'll throw that away also. And what does that mean? It means, he explains, the thorn of ignorance is in my flesh. And the thorn of knowledge comes and removes the thorn of ignorance. And then both are thrown away. Normally if you say that ignorance was there, I got knowledge, removed ignorance, dream you call a limited human life. That's why the Buddha's name is so evocative. Buddha means the awakened. Meaning thereby the rest of us are either asleep or in a dream state. So awaken from the dream of being a limited individual, limited human being. You step back from it. You let go of it. There is no awakening, illumination, freedom, enlightenment for the body. The only fate of the body, I'm sorry to say, is death. From dust it has come, it will go back to dust. And sooner than we think, unfortunately. Every day it is going back to dust. There is no enlightenment for the body. It will not survive death. But the subtle body survives death. The subtle body, mind, intellect, according to Vedanta, according to every religion, not just Hinduism. Religion is based on the fact that the subtle body survives death. But there is no enlightenment for the subtle body also. It will go from birth to birth, gathering experiences. The moment that enlightening knowledge comes, that the reality, the pure consciousness, the witness consciousness remains in its, as we say, sway mahimni, in its own glory. The subtle body dissolves back into nature. Subtle body, like the physical body, was provided by nature, provided by Maya, by Prakriti. If you are a Sankhya philosopher, you will say Prakriti provided you with the subtle body. If you are an Advaitin, like most of us here, will say Maya provided you with this subtle body. But what has come from Maya or Prakriti or whatever, it means nature. It will go back to nature. The relationship of the I with the reflected consciousness is natural, just like a mirror and the reflection. Wherever I put a mirror in front of me, my face will be naturally reflected in the mirror. Mirror and the reflected face will always be together. How long? As long as the mirror is there and the face is there, it will be reflected. It's the very nature of the mirror to reflect. So the I sense will always feel conscious, because pure consciousness, witness consciousness is there. The I functions like a mirror, so there will be a reflected consciousness with the I always. Reflected consciousness and I have a natural relationship. Whenever there is an I sense, there will be a reflected consciousness. Whenever there is a reflected consciousness, it means there will be an I sense. Natural. They go together. The relationship between I and the body, karmajam, born of karma. This body we have got, according to Vedanta, we have got this body because of our past karma. We have got this body because of our past karma. The good and the bad together have come together to give us results, a part of our karma. We have liquidated a part of our assets in the bank, and that liquidated asset is our karma for this life. The good and the bad. The good karma gives rise to pleasant experiences, the bad karma gives rise to unpleasant experiences. And you know what they say in Vedanta? If you have really good karma, if you have good karma, you have pleasant experiences. If you have really, really good karma, you come to Vedanta. Yeah, I'm not joking, they say that. You get a guru, you hear of Vedanta, you get a guru and a mantra, and you hear of Vedantic doctrines. Is a sign of great good karma. So I congratulate all of you. This body we have got, according to Vedanta, we have got this body because of our past karma. We have got this body because of our past karma. The good and the bad together have come together to give us results, a part of our karma.